Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of So What's Been Happening. This one, episode 187 of So What's Been Happening. It is a Thursday, 2nd of October, and it's great to have a chat to Plastic Cheeses tonight. Now, that's got to be one of the killer band names out there on the bill, so to speak. But there's plenty of interesting band names, so it might be one of the questions for the boys. In fact, one of the most interesting band names maybe they've seen on the wall, the Tote, because there's been plenty over the years. So, all right, well, let's kick it off with just a couple of gigs, if you will be so kind. We have got a couple out of Queensland, New South Wales, with Electorate, Valley Trails and Moderate Lovers, Golden Barley. This one on the 3rd. We've had a chat to all these bands recently, so that'll be a great free gig out there. And Valerie Trails also doing 2 shows in Sydney, New South Wales, at Golden Barley and Frank's Wild Years, and also down to Melbourne at the Pinnacle on Saturday, October the 4th, and Sunday the 5th at Cafe Gummo, with a couple of extra little bands with them as well. So there's also a few things happening in Melbourne, but most importantly, let's just leave it with New South Wales for a second. So Brian Estepper also was on the show not long ago, Friday the 3rd at Gasoline Pony out there in Marrickville. So get out and see that one with Houlihan. And also Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes is playing a 30th year, which hard to believe it's 30 years. The Soft and Sexy Sound. So make sure you check that one out too. That is a must see at the Factory Theatre. What else we got? A couple in Melbourne. We have got Arabella and Heist launching a new single, which is pretty cool, with the Strip and Wombat. Wombat has been on the show, Arabella and the Heist on the show. So plenty of locals that have been part of this. And also, if you're into festivals, there's a Chopped Festival, which is cars and all sorts of happenings out there. So make sure Private Function are kicking that one off. So plenty of bands in amongst this one. So Leatherman, Civic, Battlesnake, Chimers. This will be a killer gig. So Licklash, Paddock Bomb. There's plenty out there. So that's in October 3, 4, and 5. And also don't forget Dashville's on. We had a big chat to the guys from Dashville Tuesday last week, which was a great chat. So in amongst that festival. So long may festivals continue. They're not easy to pull off. There's word that Dashville is going to have a rest next year. It's been going 11 years. Circumstances change in amongst life. It's a bloody hard gig trying to keep a festival going, let alone even keep a band going these days. So the great part is we get tonight we get to have a chance to chat to Plastic Cheeses. Let's bring up we'll bring up all the boys and see if the internet goes pear-shaped on us, but let's give it a crack first. All right, we've got Adza, Nick, and Paul. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yep.
All right, Nick, we've got you on mute somehow, but see if you can work that one out for us. But
there we go.
Perfect. We got you.
Can we hear me?
All right. First and foremost, yeah, I've got you, Nick. The great part is 3-piece band, and great to have all of you on, which is key dedication to the band in all parts of Victoria at the moment. Great to have you all on. So thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
What else would you be doing on a freezing cold Thursday night? Let's face it.
Probably generally it's in Geelong.
Yes. And a shout out to the boys from Wombat who are playing in Geelong tonight. A little secret gig. So get out there and enjoy that one.
Where's that at?
I'll have to look that up and give you a quick.
Too late for me to.
Never too late. Never too late. I actually think the boys are on early tonight, so it's a little special. Boys don't know what an 8 o'clock special is, those young blokes. When was the last time you boys played an 8 o'clock special gig? Can you remember one?
Paul? He's the oracle. Paul will know that last time we played about that hour of the night.
We don't mind an early gig, actually. We play a few early ones.
Yeah, we love an early gig, to be honest.
Yeah.
Means we're in and out, so we get to watch whoever else is on, and learn a few more tricks.
We've got you on mute now, Paul, somehow. Give that a crack. See if you've hit a button there somehow. Let me see if I can. I've unmuted you, hopefully. No, I can't unmute you. Give it a crack. Worst case, I'll get you to drop out and come back in, but you shouldn't be muted for any reason. So what I'm going to do, boys, just so we can kind of set the scene, I'm going to give you a chance, boys, to just have a quick breather before we get into a chat, and we're going to play a little bit of Pandemic is Stupid. Here it is.
Freedom of speech, freedom to hate, freedom of choice, discriminate. Please don't read that comment section. Anti-intelligence, anti-education, lock them away. Privatisation, can't ignore it the next election. Science, push your agenda, nuke the whales, war for tender. It's textbook divide and conquer. Mistrust the experts, we're all critics. Do your own research, here's a link, just click it. Don't let fester for much longer. It's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. It's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. Prop up your mates, just play your part. Trickle down economics, defund the arts. Not sure whether to laugh or cry. War on the poor, worship the rich. All lives matter, burn the witch. Too much power in too few hands. That's why it's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. It's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. Rising inequality, billionaires in poverty. Greed is good, greed is great, greed is grand. Your point of view must be fake news. Fear is good, fear is great, fear is grand. Ignore the corruption, the lies and destruction. God is good, God is great, God is grand. Look after your own and enjoy the show. We are good, we are great, we are grand. I am good, I am great, I am grand. It is good, it is great, it is grand. It's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. It's a pandemic of stupid. Thanks to old mate Rupert. And it's not well. Oh, mate, that is putrid.
It's too good to cut out, that's for sure. Guys, when was the last time you watched that clip all the way through?
A very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
Distant memory.
A few years.
Yeah, it's always good to bring it up and watch it through and marvel at some of the fun that must have been to put together. The old use of newspaper, hey, isn't that interesting in today's world where we probably sit there and probably not even read 3/4 of the paper, flick through, skim it very much at best, and then it just becomes a multi-use tool these days. If the cat or dog's not pissing on it, we're burning it in the fire, and we're doing all sorts of things. So we should have brought this round out at the start of the school holidays and give those kids something to do other than be on their PlayStations. But guys, that must have been fun to put together for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. If you can't tell, it's shot very poorly on an iPhone and then edited poorly on a video editing program that I don't know how to use. That was free, but yeah, it was a lot of fun shooting it.
It's come together great.
I don't know how long it took us. Way too long, maybe. I don't know. It was all in one day, but
yeah,
we went pretty hard at it, didn't we, Squid?
Yeah, I got it out of the way in one day. I'm not sure how long you took.
Oh, no, I was fluffing around for who knows how long.
All the different takes, every shot was very important.
Do you remember? Do you remember there being? Sorry, Adza. Do you remember there being any spots there that didn't make the cut? Were there? Do you remember any bits you shot as far as scenes or uses for? We've got plenty of uses there for the newspaper, but do you remember one that kind of didn't make the cut that you can talk about?
I reckon they all made it. They were all so good that we couldn't cut any.
All worthy. Yeah.
All worthy. All very worthy. I worked on that script for quite a while, and the timing and everything.
It's great. Came together a treat. When did that kind of come together in amongst your songwriting that you guys have done?
The film clip or?
No, just the song in general first.
Before our first gig. I'm not sure how it all kind of started. Nick had written a few songs during COVID, and then we decided we'd do a debut gig on my back deck at my birthday party. And then I thought, I better write some songs too. So that was probably one of the first or second, maybe the first song that I wrote for Plastic Cheeses after Nick had already written a handful.
You rhymed Rupert with Stupid, right? That's the beginning of the song.
Yeah. Rhymed Rupert with Stupid, and it all flowed from there. Had the little guitar riff, and all flowed perfectly.
Some nice catchy tunes in amongst that for sure, and some great lines, and to put it together with those visuals. How important is a clip to you guys in today's world of music, where we've got about 15 seconds of the world to have been absorbed at a time? Do you still give it kind of some value, or what's your thoughts?
I still like watching film clips. Yeah. If we had more money and got together in the same place more often, then I'd like to make more film clips. But budget restraints, time restraints, distance restraints. But
I'm a bit apprehensive about my acting chops, to be honest. So
you were great. What are you talking about?
Get someone to stand in for me.
A look alike.
Yeah,
film clips.
We need more content, and it's good to film a little bit of silly stuff every now and then and not take yourself too seriously. As I just make a little cameo at the end, which is probably a lot easier for me than the other two. But yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah, I think it is. And it gives you a bit of content. It's not easy on social media these days to get cut through and do all those headaches that all these young kids can seem to pull off and do. I'm sure you guys don't want to be doing that all the time and just want to play gigs and write music, but it's all about a package these days. And you guys in different parts of Victoria trying to get together to put all this together in amongst day jobs, I'm sure you're not doing this full time, sadly, that it would love to be a full-time gig, but there's just tough sell out there, isn't it, these days? But great to have some catchy tunes you guys have got. We're going to kick through another with Procrastination.
Some more great acting. Woo.
Here we go, the follow-up. Dad's loves a nice little novelty cameo at the end always.
He's hard to nail down, so you get like 2 minutes of acting out in maximum per film clip.
I think that's 2 minutes more than most people need to see.
Nah, what do you mean? You made it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, very fun. I love that song. It's probably one of my favourite ones that was penned by Nick. So it's a fun song to play, and it always gets a good reaction. And I really love that one. It's good.
Yeah, that was sort of the first song. That was the first song that Nick sort of showed me, and that was enough for me to go, oh, wait a second, this is good. I'm going to write some songs and let's play a gig. And then it's progressed from there.
Yeah, perfect. So just tell me a little bit about the lead up, guys. When did this kind of really kick off for you guys? Obviously then a bunch of songs or getting some songs going, and then up and going in a band, starting to play some gigs. Tell me a little bit about how this little trio formed.
I mean, it was probably like COVID for me, to be honest. I've always had trouble finishing songs.
Yep.
But I had a bit of spare time during COVID, so I was like, oh yeah, probably should go and do that thing that I've been meaning to do for a while and finish these songs. And I knew Paul was having this little live thing at his house for his birthday, so I don't know, we've hung out for years, stuffing around playing guitar and fires and stuff like that. So.
And you always said you wanted to play a gig on my back deck, and I'm like, oh, we'll make this happen. So yeah, Nick showed me probably like five songs maybe, and then that inspired me to write maybe 5 songs, and that was enough. And then we had a mate, Reese, who was going to play drums originally, but then he was too busy, and my birthday and our debut gig was coming up fast, and I knew Adza from playing a couple of gigs together at random, so I just hit him up, and Adza said yes. And handful of rehearsals maybe? I can't even remember.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, and then did it, enjoyed it. I think Adza, it was you that said, oh, these songs are too good to just play once. Let's play some more gigs. And then I just took that very seriously and booked us like a gig every month for the next 4 years, when these guys probably didn't want to play that much, but I don't care because I want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
GP.
Busy a life, but we've all got a busy life. But procrastination, God, do we procrastinate? Are any of you, the 3 of you, non-procrastinators?
Probably me.
Yeah.
That's just definitely the busiest.
You might like the song, but I don't think it resonates with him at all, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
He's always
Nick and I are definitely the more slackers in general life. Sorry, Nick, to drag you down with me, but I can get motivated when I need to, but most of the time I'm not very motivated, I must admit.
Surely the line Adza didn't go quite as planned. Relates to 3/4 of our lives. Let's face it. Surely it relates to yours as well.
Oh, look, there's definitely heaps of moments where that happens, but I try not to beat myself up too much about it when I miss it. But I strive to be a non-procrastinator.
Yeah, we could all learn from that one. There's a t-shirt right in itself. All right. The one that I really love, and that I'm sure gets a fair reaction with you guys, is Mid-Strength Crisis. Let's play a bit of it, or all of it. Bugger it.
Been feeling lately like my hands are getting shaky, and the aches and pains of every day are here. Lost my piss fitness, and I'm out of touch with what's it. But I ain't about to change to mid-strength beer. Another wasted Sunday, maybe something needs to change, but I'm not prepared to give it all away. It's been a hell of a day, man, this hangover's not so great, but it's not a crisis, I swear that I'm okay. Head down to Brunswick, and I'm chewing through my funds quick. I'm counting meals and pints of IPA. A bunch of baby faces, and I'm not sure where my place is, but it ain't at home alone with mid-strength hay. Another wasted Sunday. Maybe something needs to change, mate. but I'm not prepared to give it all away. It's been a hell of a day, man, this hangover's not so great, but it's not a crisis, I swear that I'm okay. Another wasted Sunday, maybe something needs to change, but I'm not prepared to give it all away. It's been a hell of a day, man, this hangover's not so great, but it's not a crisis, I swear that I'm okay. I'm okay with growing older, getting fat and going bolder, but I'm not okay with drinking mid-strength beer. I'm alright with being a snorer, going grey and getting sorer, but I'm not alright with drinking mid-strength beer. I don't care what the health advice is, I'm not heading for a midlife crisis. I don't care for drinking mid-strength beer. I'm sick and tired of going to the toilet on a night out, man, that'd spoil it if I started drinking bloody mid-strength beer. I'm okay with growing older, getting fat and going older, but I'm not okay with drinking mid-strength beer. I don't care what the health advice is, I'm not heading for a midlife crisis. I don't care for drinking mid-strength beer. Been feeling lately like my hands are getting shaky, and the aches and pains of every day are here.
The suggested swing towards mid-strength beer. Hey, that's officially when you've lost your mind at any age. Boys, that should be a national anthem. This song, it's a ripper. This should start every summer campaign. It's no cheaper to drink mid-strength beer. You drink twice as much, feel half, or supposedly half as shit, and then don't go home fulfilled anyway. So what's the point?
Twice as many visits to the toilet, I find, as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throwing it down quicker.
I don't think you could possibly drink enough mid-strength beer to even enjoy it.
No.
What's your thoughts?
No, I'm a lifelong full-strength beer man, and I don't know if I'll ever make that change.
Yeah.
Especially after hearing all those lyrics. I'm not going anywhere near the stuff.
That was the main motivation, Hatzer. I just wanted you to keep drinking Melbourne's for life. I just wanted to make sure that happened.
Well, I'm doing a pretty good job of it at the moment.
Yeah,
so
great job. Keep it up.
Yep.
Keep up the great work.
I think you're either drinking or you're not. And to classify yourself as a mid-strengther is only half-hearted, in my opinion. So it's kind of like, yeah, well, all or nothing. When I say nothing, nothing's still okay, and it's okay to drink zero beer, in my opinion, if you really have to. As a driver, I mean, it's no cheaper to drink zero beer either, which I think is a big issue out there in the community. What happened to the old designated driver? Actually gets a drink, he should be at least be given a heaps normal or something. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the free soft drink that some pubs did at some point. Free zero beers. I like it. Yeah,
at least start of the month and end of the month or a certain day. I mean, you're out watching a band on a Monday night. Surely you get a free zero alcohol when you're not supposed to be drinking anyway. Right. Guys, this is a great song. Tell us a little bit about how this one came together, and obviously there's plenty of piss takes in it, amongst getting older and the joy of getting older. tell us a bit about who put this one together and where it kind of fits in amongst your world as far as I suppose who really is it aimed at in amongst you? You've always got a role model or someone that you wrote these lyrics about. Who put this one together?
So that was me. I wrote it about myself, growing older and not growing wiser and more sensible. I came up with the title first. I just thought it was a funny pun. And mid-strength crisis, midlife crisis, mid-strength beer, not wanting to get old, not wanting to, admit that I'm getting old and start staying at home just drinking middies. I know so many guys my age that they just don't go out anymore. They sit at home and drink middies and talk about, oh, yeah, I might do this or I might do that. Whereas I'm still trying to hold on to my youth, trying to do all the things that I, enjoyed doing when I was younger, including going out, playing gigs, watching gigs, drinking full-strength beer. But, yeah, I've definitely noticed as I've gotten older that, yes, although I might feel in my mind that I'm still 20-something, the aches and pains and hangovers are definitely catching up with me. But, you just got to work through these things sometimes. I got, little secrets like eat something and a couple of Nurophens and a bit of water before bed when I've been drinking. I do try to do that whenever I can. And I feel that helps. I should have slipped that in somewhere in the song with some good advice. Yeah. But, yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to make fun of myself and base a whole song around a dumb pun that I came up with. Yeah,
well, you can definitely get plenty of people that relate to it for sure. And I'm sure plenty of people at gigs can relate.
I also get a few midi drinkers who take offense to it. I tell them it's fine. Like, I've written a song about myself. You can drink middies, that's fine, but I don't want to.
Do you think there should be a tier based on the pricing of how much alcohol is actually in the drink?
Yes, or like I think I suggested this online once. There should be, like, when you go to the supermarket and it's like it says the price per 100 grams, it should work out, the alcohol content and the size of the beverage, tell you how many standard drinks you're having per something like that.
Yeah. All right, we're going to hit you with you talked about getting older, and some of it I can age gracefully, I guess, in some theory. At least when I get to the front bar at the Tote, watch you guys play on a Sunday arvo or something, and I feel like I'm turned 18 or 21 again. That's a good feeling. Surely every time you guys strap on a guitar, you feel much younger, and you might jump behind the kid as you do, Adza. But to just enlighten me on one of the bands you used to really do it for you when you were kind of 18 and 21, and maybe they might have been one of the big influences in amongst your music career.
Myself, or are the other guys invited back?
No, just you for now. I'll bring the boys up.
Well, when I was a teenager, I really liked listening to the Lemonheads. And then through the Lemonheads, I found out about Smudge, the Aussie band, which it's funny because find out about the Aussie band after listening to an American band. And I kind of, through my 20s and things, I probably played different music. And then I've kind of come back to that simpler sort of poppier, music with quirky lyrics and sort of, bit of self-deprecating humor, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, I used to, even though I only seen them like live once, I did listen to a lot of Lemonheads when I was younger. So,
yeah, lucky enough.
And I learned. Sorry?
Yeah, lucky enough to have Evan Dando here in Melbourne not long ago. Played a live gig at Triple R and then a few other gigs around town. Hasn't lost it. Still a great songwriter. Boys, give me Nick first or second. Give me one of your bands that used to follow it around 18, 21 that used to really do it for you, that you feel like you've kind of been inspired by, or has maybe moved you in another direction?
I was a big hip hop fan actually at that age. It's quite funny. I've kind of done a bit of because when I was younger, I used to listen to more sort of Lemonheads style music. I was a big Nirvana fan as a kid, and all those classic Australian acts that were around in that era with like Silverchair, Grinspoon, and Spiderbait and everything. And then I sort of got right into hip hop, and then as I got older, I started to go back to sort of guitar-based rock music, and that's sort of when I got back to sort of sitting around late at night listening to, Lemonheads and Pavement and stuff like that with Paul. And that, I don't know, Paul introduced me to a few of the more slack kind of Melbourne acts out there that play laid-back tunes. So, yeah. But yeah, when I was 18, it was a very different style of music I was listening to be honest. Yeah,
it's always good to know where it was and where it's become and what it looks like now. It can be very different. But what about you, Adza? What were you listening to at 18 and 21?
Oh, mate, I'm a little bit older than these two, but not by much. I'm still, young at heart, like we were just talking about a minute ago. But, growing up on a pretty steady diet of the Muppets when I was a kid, that brought me, probably first got me into music, I would have to say, that sort of stuff. And then I went down that path. I really am I'm a very big Steely Dan fan. I love UMI. I'll go across the classics, being a man of my age, but I'm certainly not averse to listening to anything new. In fact, I listen to the radio all day, every day while I'm at work. So I'm across it all. I like all styles of music. I don't really have a favourite, but if I was driving in the car somewhere, I'd probably put on a bit of White Denim or some Steely Dan. I just really like that sort of music. I love the complexity of it and the construction. Yeah, I love it. It's good.
Yeah. All right, we're going to switch gears a little and go with You Need a Break, Mate. Here it is.
Lay my head down to rest, staring at my phone has got me all distressed. Should have put on some Netflix instead. I need a break from all these thoughts inside my head. Close my eyes, existential dread, anxiety and angry dreams you bet. sake, you're still awake. No, I won't change mine. What do I even try? What am I still on mine, wasting my time? Do I stay up late, repeating my mistakes? Turn off, for goodness sake, you need a break, mate.
Boy, do we need a break. That's for sure. Daylight savings about to change this weekend. That's a positive. We get that extra hour, or do we? Do we lose an hour? It's all a world of madness. But boys, what do you do? I'm going to ask you individually, Paul. Tell me what do you do to take a break and turn off your mind, or do something that helps you relax. We do a mental health chat once a month on the show, and it's always good to have a chat about these kind of things. So we might have found a new theme song in amongst our chats, but to get a break, it's not easy in today's world to be able to turn yourself off, get away from everything. But what do you do to change gears and change, maybe freshen up?
I'm pretty good at relaxing, I must admit. Well,
you should be good on advice then for this one.
Get off the phone. Get out of the comments sections. That's what when I get wound up, it's usually when I get sucked into something online. I'm a sucker for scrolling in the comment section and reading every dumb opinion. I used to fight back. That's what I wrote the song about. Letting go and not fighting back, because it's a waste of time and it's not good for your mental health. But I'm really easy I'm pretty good at switching off. I'm easily distracted. Put on a TV show, read a book, just go outside, go for a walk, whatever. I'm pretty good at switching off when I need to.
What about you, Nick? What do you do to change gears and relax a little?
Used to be going for a skate. Hopefully again, I'd go for a skate soon. So it's a good way to sort of, after a long day at work, just sort of go, all right, I'll just pack all this up and then I'm just going to go spend an hour having a roll. But at the moment it's probably get out bush, go for a walk or something like that. It's usually a good way to sort of, I guess take a breath and soak up a nice little atmosphere out there somewhere, I guess.
Yeah,
that's probably my go-to.
As you know, Nick, it's very easy for us to push those things that we enjoy, push them aside, and either get back to that later, or all of a sudden you find yourself in a rut, and then you find out, well, what did I used to actually enjoy? And you're right. Why do you feel like in today's world, obviously, other into the madness of the timing of everything, everything's so fast paced now, but why do you feel yourself that you let those things you used to love, let them drift apart? Whereas playing music and being in band for you guys now is really important outlet. But why have you dropped the skateboard for now?
Yeah, actually, there's probably two things there. Actually, I do play guitar quite a lot, just stuff around on it, not really playing anything, all to relax as well, actually. But I'm actually carrying an injury at the moment, so I can't skate. Okay. But I will skate again very, very soon. I should be back into it. Maybe not to the same degree I used to be, but I'll be back into it soon, hopefully. But it can get hard for sure. It's a busy world out there. Not always time when you're a teenager.
Sure is. All right. What about you, Adzi? You must have something, mate. What do you do to relax?
Oh, look, aside from the usual holidays and things like that, I actually find solace in raking. I spend a lot of time. It might sound a bit funny, but I find myself outside, and I'm a little bit of a neat freak, so I like that. I use that as time to think and time to, out in the garden. I live on a couple of acres, so I've got a lot of leaves to get rid of, and it's sort of whereas others might find it a chore, I find it a relaxing, manual, some sort of manual labour to keep me clear, if you like.
Yeah. Well, it seems kind of like the perfect segue into free afternoon. What else would you do? Rake some leaves, maybe.
Rake some leaves. Absolutely.
Free afternoon.
You're always.
Is there anything better than being free on any afternoon? Let's face it. Nick, beautiful harmonica in amongst that, mate. Love it.
Thanks, man.
It's a great journey song, that one. It's a kick back on the porch, actually look up at the sun. I think it's a beautiful way that even the picture of kicking back on a deck chair in amongst the sun on a nice garden, freshly raked by Adza. it's a nice way to spend a Sunday or any afternoon in the sun. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, I think that one I was just stuffing around with the riff for a while, and I had a mishmash of kind of memories in my head about, I guess I had the chorus in mind maybe, and then I had like a mishmash of memories that I've kind of just put together. So like, I guess each little bit reminds me of different times in my life where I was just relaxing in like a grassy patch, or just, I don't know, carefree, I mean, not careless. Just, yeah. So I guess I was just wrote the riff, or wrote the guitar chords, and then got the little melody for the chorus, and then sort of, I don't know, put a bunch of little notes I had together and made something out of it.
If in doubt, throw the harmonica in.
Yeah, it was probably lacking something at the end there, and then the harmonica. Yeah, it was good once we got the harmonica involved. It definitely added a bit more to the song at the end there, so it was good.
Yeah, and just to piss off all the people that can't play an instrument or sing, you do all three, mate. Guitar, harmonica, sing, make us all want to drink heavy beer, that's for sure, watching you guys. But it's great to see you guys play as a three-piece. It's a great little combo. The songs are really kind of gel and form together to form a great set in amongst what you guys play. You're all weaker, as far as I'd say, as far as any night's a good night to go and see Plastic Cheeses. I'm going to bring the rest of the boys up, and we're going to talk band names. Plastic Cheeses, was it always on the agenda? Was there another one? What fell off the cutting room floor before Plastic Cheeses took its title?
I can't remember now. We did have some dumb suggestions, I think. Well, the Plastic Cheeses was just kind of a last gasp name, because we used to joke, Nick and I, when we'd jam in my little shed band room thing, we'd jokingly call ourselves Uncle Paul and the Plastic Cheeses, because we used to eat plastic, like the craft single things at Meredith a lot. And we didn't have it. We went through a bunch of slacker sounding names, but couldn't decide on one, or they're already taken.
Yep.
I think Pub Grub was maybe one of them. Was Pub Grub or something like that?
It's a good name.
Night Shift, something like that. It was all
Arvo Shift. Still not bad.
Arvo Shift, maybe it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was some, and none of them kind of stuck. And then it was just like, oh, we need a name. Oh, let's just go Plastic Cheeses. It's kind of funny.
That's good.
We can make dumb logos and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
real
and hopefully no cease and desist from craft getting behind you guys. But it should be a free supply of craft forever.
Should be. We're really putting it out there. The latest T-shirt designs really reminding, like subliminally, people to eat craft products. So really, we're helping them out.
Exactly.
Sponsored by craft.
You know, the poor multi-billion-dollar multinational company, they need a bit of help.
And in amongst the great plastic cheeses of all, is Kraft the greatest plastic cheese of all? There must be a few out there. There's plenty on burgers. They love a cheddar, one of the classic American cheddar cheeses these days. Have you come across another one? Has it ever sparked a plastic cheese discussion? As now.
Well, I was just going to say, when I was a kid, Mum didn't spring for the Kraft singles. We had like the no-name ones, and they really irritated me because the plastic would, like when you try to pull it apart, the plastic flap would just rip. So Kraft, I think the structural integrity of the plastic is better than no frills or whatever it was. So
black and gold.
It probably was black and gold. Whatever was cheapest, whatever was on special. We did go through a bit of cheese.
What was the other label? Farmland? Did Farmland have one?
Farmland. I don't know. Farmland.
Farmdale?
I don't know. I'm trying to think which one I was raised on. I don't think it was black and gold. Anyway, I digress.
No frills.
I was lucky enough.
It was probably no frills.
Lucky enough to have Kraft in the fridge. So as soon as I saw the Plastic Cheese's name, I absolutely loved it with the new logo. But I do have a horror story of the old plastic cheese story of the Toasty. and someone forgetting to take the plastic off the cheese. It's a little tough first bite in. So anyway, we all right. Well, I touched on in the intro that I was going to hit you guys up for a band name that's one of the best band names you've seen on a bill, poster, or a gig, or maybe I mentioned the Wall of the Tote. But have you got one for us that you can mention on air? I'll go round. Nick, you first. I'll hit you up, mate.
I actually quite like you mentioned him earlier. I quite like Wombat, Waste of Money, Brains and Time. I always appreciated that name. I haven't managed to see them live yet, but they look like they'd be pretty good.
They're killer. Yep.
But I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind, probably because we were just talking about them. Yeah, not sure if I can come up with anything else right now.
Righto, Paul, over to you, mate.
I remember a classic poster. I don't know, from the Tote. I don't reckon I actually went to the gig. It was Bits of Shit was one of the bands. I thought, am I allowed to say shit? Because I just did twice.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to remember who else was on the bill. It was like 3 bands with legendary names like that. Yeah, Bits of Shit's a pretty good one. And because it had Bits with a Z as well, I think. And I think, it might have been Bat Piss with them as well. It was like Bits of Shit, Bat Piss, and it may have been the band with the C word.
Yes.
Name.
Couple of those.
I won't say that one. That might be.
What about you, Adza?
I always thought Machine Gun Fellatio was a great band name. It was it just stood out, you know, especially when you didn't really know what that word meant
Yes.
at the younger age. But I do, I like the ones that rhyme. You like your King Gizzards and your Teen Jesus and the Gene Teasers. I like all that sort of play on word stuff. That's pretty cool.
Sure is. One of the best band names going around for me is one you see everywhere, Private Function. It's got to be one of those names that it's always makes me laugh, and nothing pisses the guys off in the band more than me spamming them with every time I see a Private Function at a gig anywhere, is to send them another photo that they don't want to see because the joke's got way too old for way too long. But
that just reminded me of one. Sorry, can I butt in?
Go for it, yeah.
Oh no, the band Quality Used Cars. I really enjoy that name.
Yes,
and I enjoy that when they see a sign that says Quality Used Cars, that they stand next to the sign and take a photo, or they just take a photo of it. I really enjoy that. That's a great name.
Definitely, always adds something to the trip on the road for sure. But we touched on where will Wombat performing tonight, and it's the Young Street Tavern in good old Frankston. So it was kicked off, and they're probably very close to getting on stage. So it's not too late. Not too late, Frankston people. Get down there and support Wombat. Waste of brains, money, and time, or money, brains, and time. So got to get your letters in the right way. All right, we're going to finish off with the last one, guys. We've kind of hacked through a fair bit of the catalogue, which is really good. Good to listen to some of the songs in full. I'm sure you don't always get to check out the clips, but it's great to have clips in amongst this, and also we feature some album art in amongst this these chats. So we are going to play one last one, and then I Think About You. It's a great great song. Let's have a quick chat about that before we might play it out and finish on that. But just let's talk about it first. Who wants to lead us off with just how that song came about? Who you pointing to?
You guys are all pointing in the wrong direction.
Are they all mixed up on the other? It's Paul.
Yeah,
they are. It looks really good. You know, we're all going the wrong way, like classic Brady Bunch style.
Yeah, I wrote that song. I wrote it about going to Meredith. A particular Meredith was the first one Meredith I'd been to after becoming a dad, having a kid, and I just had a really hard, difficult time of enjoying myself because I felt really guilty about leaving my wife and my 9-month-old kid at home while I went and drank heaps of beer and partied and watched all these bands. And I I just found, I felt really guilty. So I thought I would write a song about it. So the verses are sort of, going step by step, what's happening, lead out, getting, heading to the festival, getting excited, drinking beers, and then, building up, and then thinking about your wife and kid at home and feeling guilty. And
it's a deep one.
It is a deep. That's definitely the deepest. I still try and throw a few, bit of colloquialism in there, so it's not too serious.
It's a love letter.
It's a
letter.
A love song.
It's a love song full of guilt.
I was looking for something for their wedding playlist then.
But it started with the guitar riff. I was just strumming away, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then, I must have come up with the chorus first, I reckon. The chorus lyrics first, and then work my way back. And then went, it needs a big bridge or something, and come up with that. And it all, from memory, it flowed pretty easily. I struggle to write songs. I'm really bad at knuckling down and trying to do it. So the ones that are finished are usually, I'll get inspired, I'll start, and it'll just 90% work its way through right there and then. Otherwise, it'll probably never get finished. Or, I'm not good at sitting down and writing songs. So this one was one that thankfully just flowed out of me.
Nice. And what do you guys got coming up? When's the next gig? Have you got one announced? Pre-Christmas? What have you got?
We've got a good country gig out my way. We're playing there's a billy cart rally, and we're playing at a pub for the after party of the billy cart rally at Jellybrand River Hotel out in Jellybrand, which is the middle of the Otways. That'll be a bit of fun. And then we're also playing another local one. I live near Birregurra, if you know where that is, at the west of Geelong. There's like a family day, because we're all dads, and I don't know why they think our music is family friendly, but we'll just say it is. So we're playing like a headlining the family day at Birregurra, which will be a bit of fun. And then there's another gig in December, which isn't announced yet, but
perfect.
20th of December at Bells Beach Brewing in Torquay, which will be a massive party.
Yeah, it sounds great.
I don't think we've got anything else booked at the minute. But if anyone out there wants a support band, we're open. We'll play anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, and more than a support band, mate. It doesn't matter who you are on the bill these days or where you fit. Each band is worthy of definitely being a headline gig. And most importantly, I urge everyone to get out and see supports. Most importantly, don't just turn up for a headline act. There's some incredible music out there as supports, where that might be a different lineup of what the band is. So one of the artists solo. There's some incredible music out there. So get out and support local music and venues. Not only do artists need you out there now, but the venues themselves. We're not creating more venues, sadly, at the moment. We're losing more than we're creating. So they can put on gigs, please get out and support some of these bands. Most importantly, if you can, try and pre-book, so that shows the band as well as the venue that there's some pre-confidence in the show, and not give them any reason to have to push the band aside because the pub's not making money. So most importantly, no one pays music these days to make money, unfortunately, especially local music. We'd all love to be doing that, but that's not part of how it works at the moment. So just keep pushing through. So on behalf of all the punters out there, I'd like to thank you guys, Plastic Jesus, for doing what you do, putting music together, putting it out into the big world, letting your baby run free, and enjoy playing as an outlet, most importantly.
Thank you. Thanks everyone who's rocked up to any of our gigs, and couldn't do it without the punters, or else we'd be just playing to an empty room.
All right, last question for you guys before we play the song. What's one album that is a must-have, or one that you bought that you got rid of that you must get back? Have you got one that kind of must stay in amongst your music collection for life. A good one or a tragic one. It's one or the other. Adzo, we're going to kick off with you, mate.
Oh, look, you can't go past Back in Black. Everyone must have a copy of Back in Black. That's the foundation of Australian rock and roll and pub culture, and that's the main one for me.
Sure is, and can't wait to see Amel and the Sniffers supported by AC/DC in amongst at the MCG. It will be great. It's great to see a great young band making it big these days. What a killer week that's going to be for Amel and the Sniffers. Well, not more than a week. They're doing the whole tour, so that'd be pretty cool to be on one of those tours for sure. All right, Nick, what have you got?
Me personally, I'm probably going to break the rules a little bit, but when I was younger, I said like I was a Nirvana fan before. I actually collected all of the albums, and at some point in my many moves, I've lost them. It's kind of disappointing to not have all those CDs with all those inserts anymore. So, for me, breaking the rules a little bit, but I had like the whole collection. I had the whole discography because I was such a fan as a kid, and I've lost it all. So if I could have that back, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah.
And a CD guy, not an album by the sound of it? Records?
What was that? Sorry?
We're a CD guy?
Yeah, they were all CDs.
Yeah.
And they all come with all the, the little booklets that come with them and everything like that, which just don't have anymore. So, yeah. Love to have all those back, personally.
Yeah, and the cassette's back. Any chance of the cassette single even out there for Plastic Cheeses? Kind of seems like it'd be perfect on your agenda, boys. What do you think?
Yeah, we did toss that idea up, didn't we, for when we tried to do a 7-inch and it didn't work properly. I did look at the pricing of doing cass single, A/B side cass single, bright yellow. But then I can't remember. I think it was going to be just too hard. Oh, yeah, there's one.
There you go.
So we got some individually laid 7 inches, but they didn't really work.
Yeah.
So they haven't seen the light of day. Well, we gave a few away to some people. Yeah. But yeah, maybe a cassette. Cassettes are cool. I don't have a cassette player anymore. It got thrown out. Don't have one in the car, but I'd still buy a cassette just for fun. I think I've still got a few.
Yeah, saw a great American artist that's coming out here in December, Donovan Frankenreiter. He's actually put out an album that comes with the tape cassette player and a set of the old school headphones with the foam. Mate, what an awesome way to experience an album back on the old tape deck.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, nothing really taught you about resilience like screwing the tape back with the pencil, after it had been half chewed or spat out. Like that was real.
Hoping the hell it doesn't snap.
Character building.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. What have you got, Paul, to finish us off? You must have an album that you must want to keep in your collection, or one that you gave away and desperately want back.
I really like the Beach Boys. So Pet Sounds. I really enjoy that album. I was going to say start to finish, but Sloop John B kind of annoys me. But I guess they needed a catchy radio song. I guess they needed a catchy radio song in there because they didn't quite understand what Brian Wilson was cooking up yet. But yeah, that like start to finish is pretty awesome, and if you think about it in context, it really changed how people looked at the album as a piece of artwork. And it even, Paul McCartney says that it pushed the Beatles to make, was it Revolver? Or was it Rubber Soul? No, it must have been Revolver. So yeah, I could listen to that album forever. And then, if you get the one with the bonus thing, how it's got all this studio outtakes and all the stuff, it's very interesting. And yeah, if you got the booklet, there's a whole lot of interesting info and just how they put it all together and how insane some of it was.
Yeah, it's a great rabbit hole. Grabbing yourself an old album or finding an artist and going through a back catalogue, it's a great experience like no other. Reading a book's one thing, but listening to music is an incredible thing. Long may it continue. I don't think music's going anywhere, but some of the young kids need to get involved and get back into some back catalogues for sure. You've inspired me to dig a little deeper on some artists. We'll pick one and put it in the chat and see where it takes us. All right, boys. Thanks for joining me on a Thursday night. It's been great to have a chat to you guys. Plastic Cheeses. Long may you guys continue. Enjoy music. Get out there and look forward to getting to a gig soon.
Great. Thank you very much for having us.
No worries. See you soon. And we're going to finish off with And Then I Think About You.
Drive out in the dark, meet the crew along the roadside, hope to snag the park. Crack the can at 9 a.m, find a camping spot, pitch a tent and lie back down, try to sleep it off. Checkers playing first, circle names and joke about, laugh at who's the worst. Load the air, get drinks and more, almost time to play. Grab my sunnies and a good hat, what a ripper day. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and how you're feeling. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and what you're thinking. Find a spot, drink some more, starting to get drunk, feeling restless, getting pumped up, move on up the front. Phone is flat, lost the mates, chat to random folk. Back to bed and I am hammered, hope that I don't choke. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and how you're feeling. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and what you're thinking. Maybe I should take the time to come back down to earth and find you. Maybe I should never go away. Maybe I should stay forever by your side and do whatever. Maybe I should never go away. Maybe I should take the time to come back down to earth and find you. Maybe I should never go away. Maybe I should stay forever by your side and do whatever. Maybe I should never go away. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and how you're feeling. And then I think about you, what a funny thing to do. And then I think about you and I feel guilty.